Hey, welcome everybody. This is John Paul Mendoza, Speed Selling, and this is another exciting episode of Raging Verbalist. This is at Raging Verbalist number 257. If you're keeping track, and who wouldn't be keeping track? Raging Verbalist, we appear every Friday on YouTube and Facebook group, which is the Position to Win book group. Now, I don't usually veer off into politics. I talk about a lot of other things. And of course, the person who asked me the question, as if you were sitting here asking me these questions, but of course, it's the ever lovely Sandra. Sandra, welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing great. I mean, here we are. It's already end of November. Hard to believe. Coming up on
Yeah,
Christmas.
very hard to believe.
So what are we
Uh,
talking about today?
so we are discussing Black Friday. So are you ready for Black Friday?
Well, I think I'll be, just kind of limbering up, but taking some extra, stretches and all of that. But yeah, I think I'm about as ready as I will be. It just seems like I've gotten an onslaught. I'm getting texts, I'm getting emails, I'm getting all kinds of barraging at me about Black Friday. So I think I'm about as ready as I'm going to be. How about yourself? You ready for Black Friday?
I am not. I am not this year. This just didn't pan out this year. I'm still gonna be buying stuff and getting things and but I'm not as prepared as I normally am, unfortunately. But you win some, you lose some.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so what is the best way to prepare for Black Friday?
I think the smartest way to do it is try to make a list, or make a list, but try to make a list of what you want, and double check and figure out your needs, and don't go crazy. I mean, there's a lot of stuff where people impulse buy a bunch of stuff that they probably don't need. I mean, and what I did was I had a list of things at Amazon, and one of the things popped up, and Amazon said, "Hey, Black Friday's already begun, at least here." And one of the things that I needed to buy, which was really, not it's kind of just a utilitarian thing. And I went out and got myself a monster power strip because I'm redoing the kind of the studio in my office. So I needed one power strip to rule them all, 22 sockets, 6 USBs, but it was the best price I had seen in a very long time. So that was my toss in the ring. But I think that's what you got to do is you got to think about, do I really need this, or am I just kind of like, hey, it's on sale and buy it?
And is this Black Friday different this year than last year?
Well, it sure seems like it started sooner than before. And many of the sale items are things that I had put on my kind of list have come in a little hotter than I thought they would be. I mean, I've watched a lot of people say, well, hold off and it'll be better to, get paid down the road, or do, not pay, but buy it down the road, get a better deal. But it seems like the sales have been pretty heavy and earlier. And so maybe it's the retailers are concerned about the whole, economy, and, or, is the consumer spent or not. But it seems like it's been rolling along. I assume you've seen this also in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I'd say so. There was just like deal after deal after deal popping up, like you said, on my phone, in my email, at the store, just kind of a barrage very early on. I was not ready to think about it. Miss those deals. But yes, it's earlier and more hectic than ever, I think.
Go.
And is there a particular bargain that you've seen that you plan on buying?
Yeah, there is. There's a couple things that I had kind of circled and said, yeah, that's really a good price, and I'm going to have to go for it. Now, I can tell you that I have tried to restrain myself from impulse buying some things that I really didn't need. But yeah, there's some things that I've got on my list, and I think I will be picking those up over the next few days. Of course, Black Friday isn't Black Friday anymore. It's, Cyber Week, and, green this and black that. And, you know, I mean, it's just one big giant, bargain-a-palooza going on. So how about yourself? What kinds of exciting things are you buying?
So I'm getting stuff for my nieces and nephews. So I'm looking for the
Oh,
different toy sales. There's different movies that they like. So you're looking for that specific character or superhero. And then some of them like Legos, and Legos are like way pricier than I think they should be, or I imagine they are. But it's been a long time since I've wanted Legos. So so there's that, and then clothes for some of the older ones. On their list they wrote they want cool clothes, so I'm on the search for cool clothes on sale. So if you see any of those,
I'll let you know. I'll
all
let you
right,
know.
all right.
Well, and this whole Lego thing is I was at the Costco, and there was this young teenage boy, and he was looking at all of these massive Lego kits, because I mean I had Legos. I mean, Legos have been around for a long time, but I mean, Legos, we built little block houses and stuff, but they had this cool looking you know the character from some game, and he was just excited about it. But and he was trying to, of course, figure out how he was going to get it. But it was $95. I mean, that's a lot of plastic Legos. And I said to him, well, once you build it, what do you do? And he goes, well, that's it. You build it and you got it. I'm thinking, okay, wow. So some assembly is required. So I assume you're not buying $100 Lego sets for these nieces and nephews.
Nope. Sorry, kids. I'm gonna scrooge
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah. Well, sometimes you just got to go. Well, kids, you got to learn some harsh realities in life. And the harsh reality is that $100 worth of plastic Legos is maybe a little bit too much. Now, for you out there, maybe you want to go and pick up my book. Most businesses fail in the first 5 minutes. It just takes them 3 to 5 years to realize the position to win, and you can pick this up physically at our website. And by the way, if you send in a request, you will get a special deal, 25% off of the book. Who could beat a deal like that just in time for Christmas? Have me sign it for somebody you care about and all of that. Maybe they won't lose the family fortune or something. And so check that out. It's also available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. Wherever books are sold, you can actually get it, by the way. And it's also available in Kindle, Nook, and Apple iBooks. On the other side, if you're going to get serious about working, go over here. You get Remote Work for a Better World, which is our book that we wrote about dealing with the pandemic and how to make this work doing things remotely. And then finally, well, not finally, but another thing, of course, is what would be better than a Raging Verbalist mug, the kind that you can get a little bit of rage every day. No, we won't bail you out of jail, but you can just get that. And then, of course, be on the lookout. This is important for 25, because I have a brand new coaching program, which is going to be coming out, Thrive in 25, coaching and mentorship program, and that will be coming out soon. So watch this space. All right, Sandra, what are we talking about next?
All right. So have you seen any really good deals?
Well, it's funny because deals come and go, but I think I've got some interesting streaming ideas. And so if you haven't seen these, or if you haven't seen them, go check them out. So Peacock, which is NBC, if you didn't know, has a deal that for $20 you get the full year with ads. Yeah, I know it sucks to get ads, but if you want to do that, you get a lot of different variety, a lot of different things. I think that's a smoking deal, because I quit my Peacock a while ago because they were like charging me, I don't know, $10 a month and something. Still had ads. So $20 for the whole year seems like a great deal. Also, HBO and Max, it's now just called Max. I don't know why, but it's $2.99 a month for the first 6 months. So make sure you set your calendar. So you buy it, and then sometime about May, not my birthday, you go, I don't want it anymore. But $3 a month is, I think, a smoking deal. And then for those of you who are somewhat on the other, on a certain side of the aisle and street, Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's channel that he's, or yeah, I guess channel, platform, website, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But there's like a 50% off deal rolling. And then one of my favorite breakfast place in Vegas sent us a promo. Again, I don't get anything. I don't have affiliate links. I know. Why don't I have to? But they have Hash House a Go-Go, and it's Turkey a Go-Go. Is that it,
Hash
Sandra?
House a Go-Go. with turkey to go.
Turkey to go. Oh, they're so clever, so clever.
That's right.
So, but there you go, and that's some of your stuff right there. So I would say those are some things, and the delivery is easy on everything but the food. But by the way, if you ever go to Vegas, go to Hash House and Go Go. I always do the one way out on Sahara because it is away from the strip and it is more of a local place. All right, what's next?
All right. So, do you plan to go somewhere to shop on Black Friday?
Well, years ago, I used to do the sojourn to Best Buy when that was the place, and they would have these crazy smoking deals, and people would start lining up at like 4 in the morning. Which for me, since I get up crazy early anyway, it wasn't that bad a deal. And they would literally hand out coupons that you could buy you know a laptop for $400, or video camera was a big deal and all that stuff. But I think those days are over for me. I typically buy things online, with the exception of I've got two things that I've circled, which we were talking about alluding to at Costco, and apparently those are going to be like only through this weekend. As if I wanted to go to Costco again.
And since you were recently at Costco, can you tell me about that?
Well, the inmates are running the asylum at times over there, and my favorite was pumpkin pie ready for Thanksgiving, and they were running short of pumpkin pies. Now, if you are not a Costco member, if you've never been to a Costco, if you haven't seen videos of people buying pies, they have a great bakery, in my opinion. I mean, for the money, it's like nuts. And the pumpkin pies are like the big deal for Thanksgiving. They have pumpkin pie, apple pie, pecan pie, and they were running low. And this woman found a secret stash of them, and she went running over. And there was a guy who had put three pumpkin pies in his cart, and she started screeching at him, going, "You don't need that many pies. Leave some pies. We need some more pies." And of course, she took two pies, and it was just a madhouse. Crazy people buying pies, and I've been there when people waited in line. So of course, I went earlier, so that way I didn't have to wait as long for my pies, and I just quietly picked up the pies and moved on and stayed out of the melee. The other fun part, of course, is that if you ever go and you want to become more aware of shopping trends, is that this is like a big time of year for big screen TVs. The biggest time, of course, is Super Bowl, is synonymous with buying big screen TVs. And here are these two guys, and I love to eavesdrop, and in fact, sometimes I inject myself in the conversation. And there are these two guys, and they're looking at an 82-inch Samsung television, which is not the biggest one they had. They had an 86, but they wanted this particular one. And these guys have out, I mean, it's a meeting of Mensa. I mean, these guys have out a tape measure. They're trying to figure out how big the box is, what it's going to be like. Now, I think it's a beautiful television. But the story goes is that, first off, how are we going to get it home, considering that you have a truck that has kind of a smaller bed? And then how are we going to tie it down? Because they had already figured out and asked the Costco guy in the red vest, can we lay it down? Well, you can't lay a television down. Well, you can, but it'll deform and break and all that stuff. Not good. So they're trying to figure out how they're going to get it home. And while the Costco guy, wandered off, then these guys, the guy, the buddy, not the guy who's going to buy it, but the buddy says, "Well, have you told?" And we'll just make him a name. Have you told, Valerie that you're thinking about buying a TV? And he goes, "Hell no." You know what she would say if we called her? She would say, "No, don't dare, don't you dare. What are you going to put an 82-inch television in our house? And what's wrong with the 65-inch or whatever he has?" But I think it's some kind of Freudian compensation thing that men always need a bigger TV or something. Oh, hey, they'll work around it. No, 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 no. Yeah, we'll work around it. So that happened, and that was pretty wild. So Sandra, I mean, what would happen if your better half, don't want to put you on the spot, but I am, brought home and said, "Hey, guess what? I just bought an 82-inch television, and we need to put it here." What I assume you would be
Turn around,
overjoyed.
turn around and return it. No. Nope. Don't bring that in here. Not happening. Oh,
The divorce
no.
television. Well, and,
Exactly,
well,
exactly.
and the ultimate. So here's the ultimate. I think. Don't you see if you agree with me? They get a divorce over the television, and in the divorce settlement, she says, "I want to keep the television."
That'd be epic. Yes.
You know, that's just spite. So yeah.
Exactly, exactly. All right. So, what's your advice for Black Friday and all sales this year?
First off, make sure it's truly on sale. I mean, there are better ways to track this than ever before. So make sure it's really on sale and you really want it. And I only say that again, I love selling. That's what I do. But just make sure that you really want it and make sure that you kind of understand what that is and you don't go crazy. And a lot of people overspend and overdo all that stuff. And you don't need to do that. You're here with the Raging Verbalist and the ever lovely Sandra. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is understand, buy what is really cool, what you really need. And all I can tell you is that if you want to stay married, don't show up with an 82-inch television and your buddy going, "How are we going to drag it into the house? And where are we going to stick it? And where are we going to put it?" Because that's probably not going to end very well. And with that, I just hope that you have a great, wonderful Black Friday and all of your shopping is wonderful and you save money and all of that stuff. And then it's good for you and for myself, John Paul Mendoza, Dr. Speaks on, and the Raging Verbalist, and the ever lovely Sandra, who will be working this weekend tirelessly, selling crafts and other things with her mother, who is going to be delivering cookies that are addictive and gets people, they're going to be hanging on the street going, "Hey, how do I get Ma's candy cookies? How do I get some?" I hope all of you have a great one. Sandra, have a great and wonderful sale. She's going to be up there hawking her goods and all of that. And what do you sell? And maybe maybe we could just create like a mad dash. So what so what
All
so what do
right.
you sell and what is it?
It is homemade earrings, jewelry, like necklaces, bracelets, rings, just kind of a fun variety of beautiful items.
So are you wearing your own earrings today?
No, these I bought,
Oh,
but they're just favorites. But I'll wear stuff that I've made there. I've done that before for sure. And sometimes I've learned if I'm making stuff at the table, people kind of gather and watch me and then I sell more. So there you go. Pro tip.
all right. And with that, have a great Black Friday, everybody. And Sandra, you too. And we want to hear about, regale us with the story about how well it goes, and make sure you count how many cookies your mom sells, because these are, by the way, these are crazy cookies. They're probably illegal in some states because they're just so good. So with that, have a good one, and we'll see you on the next Raging Verbalist.